For the 1964 racing season, Carroll Shelby, aided and abetted by the Ford Motor Company, decided to have a really good crack at the FIA GT Championship. No American manufacturer had ever won it. Whilst the old Cobra Roadster was doing really well on the short tracks, they realised that for the long tracks, especially Le Mans, they need something with more top end. So, Peter Brock designed the most wonderful little aerodynamic coupe body that fitted straight on top of the old Roadster chassis. The car was immediately 20 miles an hour faster in a straight line, which is just what they wanted. They took the car to the Daytona Continental races in 1964, covered themselves in glory. 4th overall, first in class. From that moment on, the GT Coupe became known as the Daytona Coupe. Well, they took the car to Le Mans. Same result. 4th overall, first in class. The drivers were the magnificent Dan Gurney and Bob Bondurant. They went on to win their class at the Targa Florio, Nürburgring, Goodwood, and then back home at Bridgehampton. And yet, at the end of the 1964 season, they were still beaten just by Ferrari. Let's have a look at the car, shall we? It's an FIA Cobra, basically. It's still got, if you look down the front there, the transverse leaf spring suspension. But look what they put on here. That little item is an air jack. They put those on for Le Mans. That's about the first time anybody had ever used those air jacks. The engine, well, it's the standard unit. We've already seen that before. 4.7 litre, 289 cubic inches, 4 downdraft Weber carburetors, gave about 350 horsepower in those days. But this car was reliable. That's really where it scored. That's why, when in 1965, Fords were really thinking it might be time to give up with their GT40 program, they handed it over to Shelby. Shelby had impressed them with the results he'd got with these Daytona Coupes. At the end of 1965, well, they won the championship. Now, that is the first and only time that an American manufacturer won the FIA GT Championship. And I think a very good time for me to start this beautiful baby up. This, by the way, is chassis CSX 2299. It is the most successful of all 6 of these Daytona Coupes that got built. It's the car that won its class at Daytona in 1964 and then again at Le Mans in 1964, and made a major contribution to the championship in 65. Always wanted to drive this car. They tell me this might just be the most valuable car in the whole of America, so darn it, I've got to behave myself.
If you like this show, you'll love the long version DVD with DTS surround sound. Call now 877-466-6660 or visit victorybydesign.com to own the complete series.